Alright, so this pond is nice and green at the moment, meaning that there's plenty of nutrients from the fish and plenty of sunlight, and that means that the algae is winning in the battle between algae and bacteria. So what we've just recently done is installed a biological filter. Now it is going to take some weeks before the good bacteria grows in this filter, before the bacteria is able to provide any substitute for the algae that's in the water. Now I've just turned on the UV. We do not want the UV running constantly when we have a new filter, because we need to let the bacteria go in. So it's been running for a little bit now, so it'd be advisable to maybe have it on for a while, then have it off for a while, but let the good bacteria establish inside the filter. Now once the UV sterilizer is on, the algae spores that are in the water can start being killed by the actual UV, and that will help to clear up the water, and this will take time. Now because there's so much algae in the water, the filter will clog up very quickly. So what we do when the filter is clogged up is we take this off, this cap, then we pop this on here, and then because this fitting is actually pumping uphill, I just hold my hand on here to stop the residual water coming out, which is fine. We then switch this around so it's facing that way, currently facing that way, and that switches it to backwash. I then pump on this handle until the water coming out is much cleaner. In this case I just did it for a few minutes, then I just switch it back to run. Then I just take this off, put that back on again, so that just takes a couple of minutes. And if that was done fairly regularly for now, because there's so much algae to clog up the filter. Now the filter is currently returning through that pipe there, and the flow right now is about right. It doesn't need heaps of flow through the filter, because the filter is all about contact time. The aim of the filter is not to pump the water through as fast as possible. The aim is that's a very good flow rate for a filter. So just tuck that down under there. So the water will go down, it'll go across that rock and go back in again. Now the fountain is on a timer. So this is not always on, but it's a perfect way of increasing circulation and increasing the oxygen of the water. The other thing that really helps is scooping out any of the leaves whenever there's a chance, and trying not to feed the fish when the water's not clear. Does appear to be quite a lot of fish in here. Because it's not clear, we have no idea how many fish. So even just getting a fish net and scooping out all those extra bits would very much help. And the other thing that would help right now is water changes. And a water change can be done when you backwash the filter, or a water change can be done by just getting the hose and then putting it down the drain and siphoning some water out. You can also sort of siphon along the bottom, but probably doing the water change through the filter would probably be the safest. The other thing you want to do on a regular basis is just check on the pump. So that cord going in there, that's where the pump is on the bottom of that. So every now and then just grab it and give it a shake and make sure that it's pumping well, because you don't want that clogged up with leaf matter and so forth from the pond. So just giving the pump a little bit of a shake every now and then, even lift it up, look at it, make sure it's not too dirty. We've got very good oxygen here. When the filter pumps out, it'll pump out over that rock, also giving quite good oxygen. And then if you do notice the flow reducing, particularly when the waterfall's off, because the waterfall's on a timer, if you were to notice the flow of the filter reduce a lot, all you need to do is backwash the filter again. Because once again, the filter is going to need regular backwashing right now, because the filter is going to get all the algae out, and there's a lot of algae in there, so the algae will clog up the filter quite quickly. So basically the quality of your water and the quality of your food is the key to fish keeping. So this food here is called probiotic food. It is the highest quality food you can get. And the probiotic food contains what's called a probiotic bacteria. And the probiotic bacteria means that when the fish poo, the bacteria in the poo eats the poo. So it really helps to keep the pond cleaner. And over time, as that grows, then hopefully those pipes will get sort of disappear a little bit, because at the moment that's all trimmed up. But it's nice just to have a little bit of growth over that pipe work, so that black pipe can sort of disappear. So anyway, steps have been taken to improve this water quality, but it will take time. You do not want to go and do a full water change, because all you're going to do there is shock the environment. I would rather you just change like a quarter at a time, and I'd rather you not really feed when the water is not clear. So these projects take time to fix, so don't go thinking they're going to fix straight away. You may see a little bit more impact now because I've just turned the UV on, but I would appreciate the UV not being constantly on right now while it's still establishing bacteria in the filter. So anyway, regular backwashes of the filter, and away we go. The water coming out is definitely less green than it was when I refer to previous videos I've made. It all takes time, patience. Water quality and food quality is everything.